Thank you. Awesome. Okay, and welcome to the University of Lethbridge. My name is Martha Mathrimo, and I'm the Executive Director for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion at the University of Lethbridge. And it is my pleasure to welcome you today to our campus. Our Blackfoot name is Iniscum, meaning Sacred Buffalo Stone. The university is located on the traditional Blackfoot Confederacy territory. We honor the Blackfoot people and all their traditional ways of knowing and caring for this land, as well as all the Indigenous people who have helped to shape and continue to strengthen our university community. Before we get started today, I would also like to welcome our special guest. I think we are being joined by our MLA, Shannon Phillips, who is the MLA for Lethbridge West. So welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'm honored. Thank you. I'm honored to be with you today to celebrate an important event for our university, the raising of the Progress Pride flag on our campus. This flag demonstrates the university's commitment to creating a safe, equitable, and inclusive space for all students, staff, and faculty. This year's theme is Return to Pride. Seems especially appropriate as we gather again for in-person events after 2 years of virtual celebrations. The last 2 years have reinforced the important role community plays in our lives, and I'm happy to see so many of you here today as a demonstration of the importance of this value. We have a collective responsibility to move this work forward, and I'm incredibly grateful for the commitment demonstrated by every one of you, from our student leaders to our external community members. At today's ceremony, we will have greetings from President Mike Mann, the Lethbridge President Chair Lane Steer, the ULSU President Carrie V. Batt, and the GSA President Lauren Zink. I'd like to thank each of them for taking the time to be here with us today. I'd also like to recognize each of you, staff, faculty, and students, for joining us today and for demonstrating the strength of the University of Lethbridge community and set a strong example for others to follow. So it is now my pleasure to introduce our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mike Mann, to bring greetings on behalf of the university.
Thank you, Martha. Oki, good morning, everyone. As Martha said, I'm Mike Mann, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Lethbridge, and my Blackfoot name is Ipisoas. I'm really pleased to be here today to celebrate and honor the raising of the Progressive Pride flag on our campus. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has made it at times challenging to celebrate the unique diversity on campus. So to have all of us here today in person is exciting. I'm thrilled to be able to return to Pride and be part of the Southern Alberta Pride activities by raising the Progressive Pride flag on our campus. Today's activities and the flag raising are an important demonstration of our university's commitment to building an inclusive, safe, and welcoming campus for all of our 2SL LGBTQ plus students, staff, and faculty. But we know that raising awareness is only the first step, and that there is so much more work to do in the fight for the rights of queer and trans individuals, of course here on our campus, but in the city of Lethbridge in southern Alberta and around our province. The University of Lethbridge has the ability to increase understanding and build a community of support that reaches well beyond the boundaries of our campus. We play a critical role in changing attitudes and shifting culture through research, teaching, learning, and being a community. I encourage everyone to consider your everyday actions and find ways to reinforce the values that we are celebrating here today. We need to work together to signal to everyone across our community that U Lethbridge is an inclusive and safe space for all people. Thank you for being here today, for braving the potential rain that hasn't happened, which is awesome, and for also doing the work in our community to ensure that everyone feels welcome, respected, and included. And again, thank you all for being here today. It's a terrific turnout.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your continuing support as we work together to make the campus better for our students. I'd also like to introduce Lane Stair, who is the chair of the Lethbridge Pridefest, so who brings some greetings to us today.
Oki and hello. My name is Lane Sturr, the president of Lethbridge Pridefest Society. And as the University of Lethbridge has recognized, it is also very important that we, Lethbridge Pridefest, also recognizes that we are gathered on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot people. I want to thank everyone who played a part today in making this event happen, rain or shine, and for inviting me to be here with you all to celebrate Pride in Lethbridge. I know that our community is stronger together than we are divided. When we celebrate our diversity, our pride, and others like multiculturalism, we are investing in young people and old, everyone. We are creating space for these beautiful groups of people. We are creating space to let these people flourish, and I believe that we are allowing these people to, we are allowing these people to flourish, and I think that we are leaving the world and this city better than we have found it. At times, I know that we won't feel as though we have progressed or that this fight seems impossible, but I implore you to never give up and to keep pounding the pavement like the many before us have come and done so in history. Progress is progress nonetheless, and no matter what, no matter how little or small, how many hurdles we come up against, we will overcome this too. On behalf of Lethbridge Pridefest Society, happy Pride to you all, and welcome back to Pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Lane. We cannot do this important work without all of you, so thank you for partnering with us today. I would like to introduce Carrie V, the ULSU president, to share some remarks on behalf of the ULSU. Carrie V.
Okay, and welcome students, community partners, and distinguished guests. My name is Kervi Batt, and I am president of the University of Lethbridge Students' Union, representing the interests of undergraduate students at our campuses on Treaty 7 lands, both here in Lethbridge and in Calgary. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the significance of the month of June, commemorated as Pride Month. This is a time to uplift and empower our students, faculty, and staff, celebrating and acknowledging their significant contributions within our campus community. June is also the celebration of Indigenous History Month, and I want to take this time to acknowledge and respect the expertise of First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples as knowledge keepers of these lands. In addition to being denied access to physical spaces, colonialism also sought and seeks to restrict Indigenous peoples' access to cultural, spiritual, educational, and governmental spaces. The celebration of Pride for the two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, and more communities is also a time to reflect on Pride's history. The Stonewall Riots of 1969, in response to police brutality, were led by Black, Latin, queer, and transgender activists. It was organized and built on the spirit of resistance, reform, advocacy, and justice. Pride Month marks the celebration of sexuality and gender identity. It is also an opportunity to raise awareness of the systems and processes that exist in our society and to call for the respect and diversity of all. It is an opportunity to reaffirm and reflect on our shared commitment and to consider what each of us can do to create a learning environment which is equitable and inclusive. We should all feel welcome and be able to fully access and participate as community members at the University of Lethbridge. We acknowledge and know that we must address through policy, governance, and through action the geopolitical factors amidst an ongoing pandemic situation that have created barriers in accessing necessary resources and supports which are disproportionately experienced by Black, Indigenous people of color, and members of the queer community. The University of Lethbridge Students' Union wants to take this time to share that there's no place in our institution for hatred, violence, discrimination, microaggressions, and systematic oppression of any kind. The raising of our pride flag carries significance to the history of those past, present, and future, but there's still much work to be done, and we must continue to be allies and advocates towards the advancement of all those in our communities. We must continue working to make our school a fully safe and welcoming environment for all individuals. The ULSU strives to continue to be a safe space for all, and we each share a role in creating an inclusive community that we can each be proud to contribute to. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Our final speaker today is Lauren Zink, who is the GSA president. Lauren, could you come on to bring greetings?
Perfect, thank you. As Martha said, I'm Lauren Zink, president of the Graduate Students Association here at the University of Lethbridge. Hearing the thunder behind me, I'll try and keep this brief, as many of those who've spoken before me have covered a lot of the topics that I was going to speak to as well. One thing I really want to touch on is University of Lethbridge as a destination university. We have people that come to study and learn and join our campus community from all over the world. In doing so, we naturally have a diverse population here on campus. Not only do we need to be an inclusive community and a welcoming community, we have the ability to set the example for what an inclusive community in Lethbridge looks like. We have graduate students coming from all over the world that are mentoring undergraduate students who also come from all over the world. That type of opportunity to foster peer-to-peer learning and inclusivity is something unique to the University of Lethbridge that we should all be very, very proud of. Not only am I happy to be here with Caravi representing all students, but very happy to be proud to raise this flag with Dr. Mann here in a bit and really be proud of the inclusivity that we have on campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. I would like to thank all the speakers here today for your ongoing commitment to creating a campus and a community where all our students, staff, and faculty feel seen, heard, included, but most importantly, feel safe for authentically being themselves. Before we wrap up today's program and officially raise the flag, I would like to remind everyone about the Pride Parade on Saturday. This is my plugging for Saturday. The parade will start at 11 a.m., so please, if you're interested in participating, email our office so we can send you the details. We also have an online webinar at 11 o'clock this morning with Sean Singer. So please, if you're able to attend, we encourage you to participate. Please wear your Pride shirts around campus as much as you can, just to reinforce the importance of creating a safe space for all our students. I encourage you to continue to check out all the resources that we have provided on our Pride page. On behalf of the University of Lethbridge, congratulations to everyone for participating today, and I would like to wish you all a happy Pride Month, and we will proceed to raising the flag. So Dr. Mann and Kervi and Lauren, could you all join me? This is going to be my first go, so we're going to do the best. Thank you to everyone for coming.
All right, you guys can do the raising. We'll raise together.
We survived. Thank you everyone for coming, and happy Pride Month. Thank you so much.